Hey guys, Coach Rangi here with Around the Rim. Hope everybody had a safe travel back home. It was great working with you in Chicago. I wanted to update you about a couple of things and correct myself because I was not 100% accurate on a couple of things we spoke about. We spoke about the 3 by 5 and apparently I am more of a 4 by 6 cards guy because my foreign English is second language kind of thing handwriting is not as sharp and small, and I work better with the 4 by 6. The cards that we spoke about, we trained ourselves in the camp and we ran this self introduction, and I'll talk about it, and that's the core topic of the video. Before we do that, I want to talk to you about the incantations or affirmations. I found myself numerous times using it throughout my life. The main point that I started using it between 2016 and 2018, I went through second divorce, really a hard time personally, emotionally, and financially. Obviously, there is a lot of this thing cost a lot of money as well, and there was a way for me to amp up my game in many ways. So what many gurus of self-development recommend is we can mention Alan Watts, we can mention Jim Rohn, we can talk about Wayne Dyer, we can talk about, of course, Carnegie and these guys from a century before, but one of the latest ones are Tony Robbins and also Clark Cagley, who's more of a current guy. He should be in his mid-30s now, and I really liked his videos about journaling and about using these index cards and so on. And the reason I'm doing this name dropping is for you to find your version, for you to find the guy that speaks to you and you connect with his message better, because I don't want to say the message is the same, but the message is the same. It's love thy neighbor. And across all platforms, across most religions, and I'm not going to recommend one over another. Obviously, you go to your own either religion or leaders from that standpoint. But ask about these index cards usage. Ask about this incantation slash affirmation that people use to push themselves through. And my version was, and whomever worked with me before this summer, you know that I was way heavier, and shape was not, my shape was round. It was not a real getting in shape. And my affirmation ran through, I'm so happy, happy and thankful. I did it in a four beats count. So I'm so happy, happy and thankful for my health, my kids, my beautiful body, wisdom, knowledge, sharpness, and kindness. And my health was not there. My kids were upset with me for moving overseas and seeking to further my basketball coaching career overseas at the pro level. Beautiful body. I was 275 at my lowest point, which was my highest weight ever, 275 pounds. It's a lot. It's way too much on almost any frame. Sure enough, on my 5'11", 6 feet frame on a good day. Going on with wisdom and knowledge. If I was so wise, how did I get to this situation? Knowledge, unapplied knowledge is terrible, and basically that's what I had. And then sharpness, I was not sharp, and kindness. Whomever watched me coaching prior to 2016 can say that kindness was not my strongest trait. So everything that is written on this card is things that I wish upon myself. It's not things that I held at that point when I wrote it, when I came up with the idea. And since then, every time I go to a walk, every time I feel that I have a sluggish few days, write it down on the cards, put the cards in my pocket. When the cards are in my pocket, every break I have, I will take them out, I will read them. But when something happens, when a good thing happens, when I'm excited, when I just touch the pocket and I feel the cards there, you know what's written on the cards. And you start running it in your head and you realign that what works for me, I hope it does for you. And again, if not, find your between your religion to the leaders that you would like to follow, the people that you feel comfortable with, find their version and see. And we don't like to say we're copying, but learn their method and adjust it to and adjust it and make it your own. Adjust it so it fits you, it speaks to you. Because this little thing of I'm so happy, happy and thankful, my health, my kids, my beautiful body, wisdom, knowledge, sharpness, and kindness. These are the values and the traits that I would like to have more for myself. And every time I see that, I mention, hey, that's good stuff. Hey, that's good stuff. And they say, if we want to walk away from the religious angle of it, let's go to the practical angle of it. And this is proven scientifically. It's called the reticular activating system. When you're about to buy your new car, your next car, and for me it really hit me the first time we bought a 5 Series BMW, and that's when I was married and happy and all set, but not happy and not all set. So when we bought it the first time, I didn't know so many people have 5 Series of BMW. And since then, every time I would see that and I would say, ours is white. Hey, that's gray. I don't like it. Oh, that's red. I don't like it. And every time, it felt like every time a 5 Series of BMW would drive by us, I will recognize that. I will see that. And it's the same thing across all platforms. If it's a vehicle or somebody works a certain position and so on. So the more you go into it, the more the brain knows to find like, hey, this is important. So the brain has a kind of a filter. So every time you activate the reticular activating system and you go into something that your brain understands that is important to you, you will see more of that. And that what happened here. That's exactly what happened here. Because now every time I was kind, my brain caught it and like, hey, yes, you are kind. Every time I was acting in a sharp way or I was doing something wise, my brain would say, hey, you have some wisdom. You are applying. This is how it works on religious or on the science front. If you're not sure who you want to listen on the science front, a guy that I follow and I really like his material, his name is Dr. Huberman, Andrew Huberman, and he's out of UCLA. He has a very big podcast. He's meeting all these between up and coming and all these stars, including Joe Rogan and these guys on podcasts. So highly recommended. The reticular activating system is also called as RAS. Work your RAS. Because like Denzel says, that hard work is what really successful people do, and hard work works. So is RAS. Use it to help you out with that. These are the cards. We are a little off topic because we spoke about how to introduce yourself. Now let's talk about how to conclude the conversation. Many networking and communication gurus talk about turn the conversation into the future before you depart. So when you talk into the future, you can ask, hey, what are the plans for the weekend, or what are your plans for 4th of July, which is today. I'm in 3-4 hours. I'm going to pick up my youngest one, and we're going to have fun and so on. And until then, I'm happy and excited to spend this time with you guys. Talk about the future right before you close the interaction with a new person that you just met or was introduced to. And one of the tricks that will really help you leverage is to go into the next touch. Some of these guys, like myself, you will see the next time you'll see them will be in few months or in a year. I have guys that I'm blessed to see every summer, but we meet each other every summer. Until then, what do? We can email, we can follow up. There are many other ways to do it. Something that will bring a higher value to the conversation is to ask a light, easy question and ask to connect on a different time. In other words, my friend put a great highlight for me, and it's a 3 minutes. Can I share it with you next week when it's ready? Anticipation and reconnection. When it's ready, can I share it with you? I would love to have your input in this regards. Now, most likely you'll be criticized to one level or another, but since we're trained to look to get better, that's okay. The core, the key point in this is you are hooking this person, the new person that that you're just connected with. You are hooking them into a future communication with you. That will help you demonstrate higher value than the rest, because most of us don't do that. Most of us, yeah, I'll follow up with you next week, and we miss that. So that's part of the trick with the cards. You write it down, you follow up, and you follow through. Just like with the cookie jar, you follow up and follow through. And the beauty of wrapping up with what are you doing next, or what are the plans for next week, and then you can fake it too. You can tell, and here is we're going into a different trick that is called external leverage or external instrument. My friend rewriting my resume, can I send it to you next week? Between you and I, you probably don't even have one. So sit down and write it, send it to a friend or someone. Hey, what do you think about this? Just to get two more eyes on the document, and then share it with the coach that you just promised him that you'll send it to him. By following up and following through, by asking light, easy question. Don't put them to work for 3 hours to edit the video for you. Okay? Have this coach or manager or agent, have them be impressed by you being consistent, persistent, all these beautiful words that we hear that Kobe keep telling us on videos. Now it's time to implement that. Now it's time not to be inspired, but to take action and do that. These are my few cents for you. I hope it helps. On top of that, obviously, we are sending you a link to a training that I created called ProMap. It breaks down how the pro basketball world is running right now. We talk about some good things. We warn you from few bad things or few potholes in the road that we would like you to avoid. So go over this training. It's all in all should be between half an hour to 45 minutes. There are more than few tricks there that you can implement into the way that you introduce yourself. So highly recommended. Go over this ProMap. It's free for you, of course. Happy 4th of July to you. Go over this training. If we can help you in any other way, you know where to find Andrew. Now you have my email or a link that we'll send this video with. So in any case, by the way, it's rangi@aroundtherim.info. Let us know how we can help you. Remember, practice is nothing but a recipe for the game. Work it into progress. I'll see you around the rim. Bye-bye.